Welcome to ABC Behavior Training, where we're disseminating the science of ABA to everyday behavior analysts through resources, education, and supervision. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter at abcbehaviortx.com. Hi guys! Thank you for joining me today on my product review of Super Duper's WH Bingo cards. So this is a game where you are going to be targeting WH questions using the game of bingo. The bingo cards have all of the WH questions on there, so it targets who, when, where, what, and why. And then it also has combo cards where you can have a mix of these cards, of these different questions in there. So they have the cards where it's individual of those WH question types and also all together. It has 144 calling cards that you can use to play the game, 200 bingo chips, and it all comes in a storage tin. So some uses of this is going to be expressive and receptive teaching of WH questions. You could also teach your client to ask questions by giving them a chance to use the calling cards. And then you can also kind of play the game in reverse and work on some more advanced skills by having the client look at the pictures on the card, so that would be like what the answer to the question is, and then come up with potential questions that might match that answer. So that's going to work on inferencing, context clues, problem solving, some of those more higher level skills. So some pros for this game is that it is a fun new way to target some WH questions if you're kind of getting bored going through a set number of questions or you're lacking some engagement with your client. Another pro is that there are a variety of ways to use this game, so you're not stuck with a game and only one way to play it. And finally, because of there is that variety of how to play this game, and you can vary the prompt levels that you're using, it's really good for a wide range of clients, even spanning a wider age group. So you could work on those strict WH questions with the younger ones, and then you can work on some more of those problem-solving skills with the older clients that you have. Some cons to this product is that you can, unfortunately, end up having a client that is learning the WH questions based off of rote memory instead of actually understanding the question, just because it's a game, so it's using these same set of questions. But there is a wide variety of questions, and honestly, that rote memory is a problem regardless of how you're working on WH questions. So if you have a client that might just be memorizing these, then make sure that you are working on this naturalistically as well and throwing in a bunch of novel WH questions outside of playing this game also. You also have visual prompts with it, which might be unwanted. So just because of how the game is set up, there's pictures on the calling cards and there's pictures on the bingo cards, because that's how you're going to find which one to put the bingo chip on. And you might not want that visual prompt. But I would say that even if you don't want that visual prompt, this would still be really good for generalization. You might not just be scoring it as you would your other targets without that visual. And finally, just something we need to think about as we're working with kids with challenging behavior are those 200 bingo chips. I would hate to see those flying off the table and across the room and going everywhere. So just make sure that if that is a concern, that you have control of the bingo chips and the client isn't at risk of letting those go flying. But otherwise, this is a really fun game. It's a great tool to add to your therapy kit. And if you're a BCBA watching this, you can kind of divvy up those bingo cards across different techs that you work with if you do home health. So if not everybody has access to one game, so that's one fun way to use it too. You can rotate them through the different techs so you don't have to buy a whole bunch of this game. But it's really fun to add to work on generalization as a new way to introduce and work on WH questions, and it adds a game component that's really fun for our clients as well. All right, well, thanks for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye.